Welcome back to another episode of Journey, a MedPro Podcast. This Thanksgiving morning, thousands of runners, walkers, and supporters will be lacing up their sneakers for the 13th annual Fort Lauderdale Turkey Trot. The 5K run, hosted by MedPro Healthcare Staffing and Leadership Broward Foundation, benefits Big Brothers Big Sisters of Broward County and Leadership Broward. These two organizations are committed to empowering the next generation by fostering leadership skills and mindsets among professionals and students throughout South Florida. Here to discuss this impactful event is Leadership Broward CEO Andrew Zullo. Andrew is a lifelong learner and passionate advocate for leadership development who has taken on many roles benefiting the South Florida community. Welcome to the show, Andrew. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us and welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So with each guest, I always like to start it off by learning a little bit about yourself and what brings you to Leadership Broward.
Sure. Yeah, no, in life, you don't think the little decisions you make are going to lead you to places until you look backwards, right? And you see, oh, that decision seemed insignificant in 2009, but it led me down a road. And that was, I was working I've been a banker my whole career. And in 2009, I did Leadership Hollywood. Okay. And that was a community leadership development program. And then for the 7 years after that, I volunteered to help execute the program for people behind me. Oh, and wow. It was great. And then in 2017, I had the opportunity to leave banking and join Leadership Broward. Basically, volunteer. I was no longer volunteering. Now I was going to be a paid staff person doing what I was already volunteering to do. So it was a great opportunity.
Yeah. So being in a position of creating change and creating impact is so wonderful, right? And especially when it comes to leadership opportunities and helping other people get to those parts. What is it that drew you to leadership development specifically?
It was going through that class. I mean, always working in leadership roles. I was always intrigued by it. I think I learned more about leadership from bad leaders than I did from good leaders. Yeah. Because when you have a bad leader, sometimes you see how they make you feel. Yeah. And that's you can learn about how you shouldn't do that with others. So it's been that journey of always wanting to continue to improve.
Yeah. I say that a lot actually myself, but sometimes it's so much easier to identify what you don't want to do or what you want to avoid than it is to figure out right off the bat what you do want to do. And it takes those interactions, those experiences of, I don't know that I want to do it like that, to figure out what piece works for you, right?
Exactly.
So that's amazing. Yeah. But so tell me a little bit about Leadership Broward Foundation.
Sure. So Leadership Broward, the program, it's an adult leadership program, is one of our programs. It's a 9-month leadership program. It starts in September, and we do an overnight retreat where the class comes together. They meet, there's only 60 people in the cohort because we're limited based on the size of getting tours and limited by the size of the bus. So the class starts in September, and then once a month we have a different program day through June. Mm-hmm. And on those program days, each month has a different theme. So one month is Health and Human Services Day. So on that month, we'll get a back of the house tour of that industry. We'll meet CEOs from the different healthcare systems. We'll hear about the challenges and the opportunities that they face in the healthcare industry. And so that the participants are really getting a excellent back of the house tour of healthcare. And then the next month is criminal justice. And the next month is business. Next one is transportation and tourism. So every month we do the same thing, government, education. It's great. So you're really giving people an opportunity to learn about their community and figure out ways they can get involved and give back. Our mission at Leadership Broward is to develop and inspire individuals to serve the community. And we're very passionate about that mission. We're in our 43rd year of leadership development. So I stand on the shoulders of giants. I mean, I'm blessed to be there since 2017, but there was 36 years of leadership development before I got there.
Amazing. Yeah, really getting that firsthand look and being able to interact with people who walk that path every single day, I'm sure is priceless.
You learn so much. You get so many nuggets on those program days, meeting the different leaders. How did they get there? What did they do in their career that got them to where they are? Yeah. What skills do they possess? Things like that.
Yeah, and I imagine you get to build a community within that community, right? That cohort of 60 people get to support each other throughout their growth, their path.
And the alumni. So the amazing thing about the program is those program days are all delivered not by me. There's only 2 paid employees at Leadership Broward. And I'll get to the other programs that we do as well. But there's about 50 or 60 volunteers that come back every year to execute that program. So each one of those days has a committee of 4 or 5 people who are in that industry.
Okay.
So you have people that are working for the city that are running the program day, doing a mock commission meeting. So now our participants who might have never been to a commission meeting are now going to experience being the mayor, being the commissioner, and then we teach them that the power is in the citizenry. So it's like we do this mock commission, and the power is the people that come to the meetings have a voice, and those elected officials typically will listen to those voices. And the problem is not enough people are engaged. Everyone thinks politics national, but local politics and local issues will affect our quality of life so much more than what we all talk about most of the time.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think maybe people don't even know where to start. So those people can now spread the word on, hey, you can have an impact, right?
Absolutely.
Come to this, come with me, right?
Yeah.
And really create this ripple effect on creating change and participation. That's amazing.
In your community.
Yeah.
So it's
Beautiful.
Local. It's very local.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's good stuff.
So with that, you mentioned some other programs.
Yeah. So we have a Youth Leadership Broward program. That's in its 37th year. Wow. And that is for juniors in Broward County schools.
Okay.
So that's a program very competitive to get into. It's about 30 different Broward County schools participate, some private, some public. So it's a great thing. And that program, nobody who gets accepted doesn't get a chance to come if it's based on financial need. I'm probably not saying that as easily as I could, but basically, if you get accepted to the program and you can't pay for the program, things like the Turkey Trot or would help Leadership Broward to deliver that program for students from other schools that they might not have the money, the ability to make that tuition payment. So we're proud of that and doing that for 37 years and having a very diverse group from public and private schools and making sure that those kids come together and learn from each other's perspectives and share ideas. So that's the Youth Leadership Broward program. Same program, starts in August, goes till April.
Okay.
Once a month, different theme, follows the adult program pretty closely.
So similar setup, but to your point, the beauty of that is through sharing the perspectives, right? Whether it's the adult program or the youth leadership program, learning from the people around you, what their worldview is, how they look at things, their perspectives. It just, again, it helps create community, right? Because we have to learn from each other, get to know each other to broaden our own worldview and how we make an impact. That's
and those
beautiful.
networks, they continue to grow. I mean, I hear stories from the youth program, people that are still connected 20 years later. Our adult program is alumni going back for, like I said, the 43 years. We had a breakfast over in August with past board chairs, and we had the board chair from class 1, class 2, class 5. So it was really great to see, the leaders from back in the day when things really got started, coming back and still meeting with our current board chair and giving her advice on what they learned and their experiences and how we could take Leadership Broward to another level every year, pushing to get better. So
and it's just long lasting impact, right? Which makes it so beautiful.
Absolutely.
So with this program, right, and one of the ways that you mentioned we make this happen, that hey, you don't have the money to be a part of this, even though you got accepted, we're going to make it happen, right? You mentioned Fort Lauderdale Turkey Trot, right? Talk to me about how this partnership between MedPro and Leadership Broward began and how it's continued to thrive over the last 13 years.
I came to Leadership Broward 2017 and was working with Christy since the beginning. So I know she's been a guest on your show.
She sure has.
So she's been around since the very beginning, but it's been great. We work hard. It's such a great community event. I believe that we're up to close to 3,500 runners, and hopefully this year, I think they planned the race to have over 4,000. So we're very proud of where it's been, where it started, and where it is today. So we just want to continue to keep growing that and having people come. It's really great. You'll see at packet pickup, a lot of people coming from out of town, a family tradition. I always like to ask when I'm giving out the t-shirts, how long have you been doing the race? And they're picking up for like 10 people. And they're like, oh, we've been doing this 9 years, 10 years, 5 years. And they're coming in. It's a tradition. And it's a great way to start the day. Thanksgiving morning, sunrise, 7:30, Fort Lauderdale Beach. I mean, it doesn't really the weather's perfect. It's just a great day. And you're done by 9:30, and then you go home, you have a little breakfast.
Or you don't. You're just ready to chomp down on Thanksgiving.
Exactly. Get the day started.
Yeah, it is such a beautiful event. I get to do packet pickup this year. I did volunteer last year in the morning, and it's such a fun event. I didn't I don't run. I've never run a 5K or anything, and I don't think I've ran the mile ever. I cheated that in high school, but I've always pictured it to be very serious, right? And you get there and you have Tom the Turkey running around, and you've got people that are dressed up in Thanksgiving outfits, and it's just such a good vibe the whole morning. People are so excited, so happy, interacting with one another. It's a beautiful way to start your Thanksgiving day, 100%. Yeah.
I think that's what I want to do for the whole year.
Yeah.
Family friendly, bringing people out to with the kids too. So it's just a great. We're gonna have a kids corner this year. We have a lot
Oh,
of different amenities. I know that we have some sponsors that are excited about what they're doing in the kids corner. So
that's so
yeah,
exciting. Yeah, that is new.
you'll have to come down and check it out.
Yes, yeah.
Sure.
It is beautiful. It seeing everyone come together, and to your point, right, the families, you'll see people with strollers walking, running, and supporting each other and really hyping each other up.
Yeah.
And it's all for a good cause at the end of the day, right? You know that you're making such a huge impact on an organization like Big Brothers Big Sisters, like Leadership Broward, that directly impacts our community, which isn't that big, right? I mean, it feels like that sometimes, but we're actually pretty close knit, right, in terms of
Absolutely.
location. So
Absolutely.
it's amazing. What is your favorite part, or have you had a favorite year where you're like, oh, this is the best year we've had so far?
I think last year was a wonderful year. We had the highest turnout.
Mhm.
We did the medals were great. I think I'm pretty excited about what we did last year, and hopefully we can continue to grow with the event.
Last year was a huge turnout. I know it was more than we expected
Mhm.
that registered to walk or run.
Yep.
It was amazing to see
We actually sold out, I
turnout.
think, the day
Yeah.
before. So if you're thinking about joining us for the Turkey Trot, you definitely want to get your tickets in advance
Yes.
because they sell out Tuesday, Wednesday, and then you can still come. We don't stop anybody from going through the race,
Right.
but you're not going to get timed. And the
Mhm.
timing chip and everything is great for if you want to qualify for other
Mhm.
races. So it's a family friendly event, but we also take the race very seriously. We hire an amazing company that handles making sure that the chips are all the technology is there, and
Yeah.
it's a qualifying race, which is something we're proud of as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially for people who continue to run and use
Yeah.
that as part of it. Absolutely. What I noticed last year is that we had such a huge turnout, like you said, but we didn't stop anyone from running, but people really did keep coming. It was like nonstop. We're like, okay, we're gonna have to make bibs or something
Yeah.
soon. It
Yeah.
was crazy.
Yeah.
But we do give out some awards,
And
right?
medals. It's amazing to see the diversity of age. I mean, I know we have a group over 65.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it may be even higher. I don't want to tell you exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do a little research and get back
Listen,
to you.
if I can do that at 65 and older, I'm here for it. That'll be my accomplishment.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Walking that. But it is a beautiful route. I think we switched it up a little bit this year, right? Because there was such big participation last year, the route changed a little, right?
Yeah. We don't want to say no to people. We don't want Wednesday to come. You just came to town and you want to participate in the turkey trot.
Yeah.
We want to be able to say yes to everybody. So I think this year we're prepared for more people, and we're excited about that.
Yeah. Logistically speaking, if someone is listening to this, like, oh yeah, I really want to sign up, right? They can go online, they can sign up, package pickup, kind of walk through what does that even mean if you're brand new to it?
Yeah, it just saves time for the morning of the race, right? You're coming to the race. You don't want to get in line and wait to get your bib. So we provide the ability to, if you're already pre-registered, you come to packet pickup and you pick up your bib and you pick up your T-shirt, and we have a swag bag with some of our sponsors put products in there. So it's great. It's coming out to the Galleria Mall. It's the week before Thanksgiving. It's festive. The mall's decorated. I enjoy working on those shifts because it really kicks off the holiday spirit, and it's just a great way. So we really do that just so that people can come right to the race and just enjoy themselves. You wouldn't want everybody lined up getting their bibs. And we do accommodate the people that don't have the time to come to the Galleria, but this way mostly everybody is accommodated and ready to go.
Yeah, you just get to go and hang out,
Exactly.
get ready for the race.
Exactly. I'm always amazed by how many people hang out after the race.
Yeah.
And they stand around and just hanging together. The people in the costumes. It's just
the costumes are by far my favorite. I love it.
Yeah,
I really do.
It's really great.
I've seen the cutest tutus and everything. It's awesome. So if you had to envision what this looks like, right, a few years from now, what would you want to see Turkey Trot evolve to?
We'll continue to grow and be able to deliver to the community a family-friendly event where we're creating a tradition in our community. Tradition's a very nice thing. People like to remember those, make those memories. And I think that what we're providing to the community is the ability to give families the opportunity to make those memories on Thanksgiving morning. So just want to keep that going, keep giving back to the community. And then the proceeds, helping Big Brothers, Big Sisters and Leadership Broward. I didn't even get to tell you another program that Leadership Broward has is called the Follow the Leader in You program.
Okay.
And that's for 8th graders, and that's completely free. So we do that for 60 8th graders every year, provide them 3 days of leadership development. And basically the proceeds that we get from the Turkey Trot also help to underwrite the execution of those programs and to deliver that program to those students, 8th graders from Title I Broward County schools, and giving them the same information we're giving to our adult leaders and our juniors. It really sets them up for high school, for a situation where they're going into high school with a different perspective of what leadership is, defining leadership, giving them the right to feel like they are leaders, empowering them. So we're just excited. And the Turkey Trot, the success of the Turkey Trot and the impact of the Turkey Trot beyond giving back to the community and creating those feelings is funding programs at Big Brothers, Big Sisters and Leadership Broward. And thanks to MedPro and being a sponsor and a partner, we're just lucky to be working with you guys.
Yeah, it is amazing. And giving back to our youth is probably one of the most rewarding things that you can do because they are the leaders of tomorrow. I love that you have a program for 8th graders because starting that young, like you said, heading into high school, it's a whole new world. It's such a transition. And having some of those tools and resources to help you navigate this new phase in life. And then you go on and join the youth program. And then who knows, you might be in the adult program.
We do have some people that have done the youth and the adult program. So we have some that we get the fly in the YLB. But the other great thing about that program is it really just sets them up for having a different perspective in terms of where they're going to go. And it's something that we can make sure that we give back. And the story behind that, it's actually a COVID success story.
Oh.
So Leadership Broward in the year 2020, we didn't do the Turkey Trot.
Yeah.
It's COVID. We used to have a gala and we used to have a big lunch. So now there's 3 major events that we didn't do, which require funding. So not just funding, but take our time. Mm-hmm. So now I had time on my hands. So I said, okay, what about if we apply for some grants and do an 8th grade program? So we created the Follow the Leader in You program from an old logo of an old program we had from 30 years ago. Wow. Wrote the grant application and said, we want to do this program for free for 8th graders in the 6 zip codes in Broward County that have the biggest amount of economic disparity. Wow. And lo and behold, we did our first program right in 2020, right in October of 2020. So kids were masked up, socially distanced, and now we're recruiting for our 5th year of doing that.
Amazing.
So it's fun.
That is amazing. I love it.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, Andrew, I just want to say, number one, thank you so much for coming out here and sharing with us a little bit about yourself, about Leadership Broward, Turkey Trot, and thank you for everything you do for this community. It certainly goes a long way and has a wide-reaching impact, and I hope you keep going. And
thank you.
Growing.
We will.
Thank you, Andrew.
Have a great day.
You too. Our next guest is arguably the star attraction of Turkey Trot and a constant source of inspiration for participants. Of course, I'm talking about Tom the Turkey. Welcome to the show, Tom. And you've brought your interpreter, Mariah, with you. Welcome, Mariah. Thank you both so much for being here. Tom, how are you doing today?
Tom says he's doing great.
Excellent. Love to hear that. So, Tom, tell us, how long have you been with the Fort Lauderdale Turkey Trot?
Tom said he's been here for about 3 years, but he feels like he's been there since the start.
Wow, yes. 3 years is a long time, and you definitely have a huge impact on all of our participants, making sure they're having fun. Did you get a presidential pardon?
He said, of course.
Of course.
You can't be without Tom on Thanksgiving Day.
No, we definitely cannot. So we're really happy about that. Tom, we are all dying to know, what is it that you do during the off season when you're not turkey trotting?
Tom likes to spend his time going to Galleria Mall, and he goes to the beach and then goes and enjoys some coffee.
Love that. I'm a huge beach fan myself. Okay, Tom, and last question for you before I let you go and get back to prepping for our turkey trot. What is your favorite part of the turkey trot?
Tom loves to spend the time and celebrate with all the runners.
Love it. Yay. We're so excited. Thank you so much. Thank you both for being here, and see you at Turkey Trot.
Tom says bye.